everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about ethics and etiquette and what the difference is. I'm Lady StarFire, and I'm here to always try to bring you things to help you along your path and along your life. Okay, so ethics are the principles to live by. Okay, there are codes of life. Etiquette goes back to the video I talked to you about in touching, okay? Not touching other people's things, not using foul language around children, different things like this. These are our etiquette, okay? So in ethics, everyone's principles may be different, but there should be some main ones. And at harm none, do as you will would be ethics. That means that you are trying your best to live a good life and not intentionally harm others. Once again, it's not a Wicca thing. It's a good person thing. This is how we are supposed to live, in trying to help each other on our paths and on, help guide somebody down to their path, to find their path. And, ethics deal with, it's like one of my main ethics is, if it's not mine, I don't touch it. I do not share or play well with others when it comes to my husband. You see, it really pissed off me. You go messing with my husband or me, because then that's a disrespect to my husband. Okay. So, these are things that you choose to live by. You choose what is your ethics. And really think about it. This is actually one of the classes that I teach in ethics, is what are your ethics? So you don't have to tell me. It's up to you. It's something for you to figure out. What are your ethics in life? Is your ethics just about your spouse? Is it about your day-to-day life? Is it about at work? It's like I teach people that coworkers are called coworkers and not friends for a reason. I'm not saying that, sometimes we don't manage to make a friend that's a coworker, or a friend comes to work and becomes a coworker. But be careful, because sometimes there can be jealousies, and everybody doesn't have good ethics. So they decide they don't like you because of something that you do. And so they'll do things behind your back to either get rid of you, or maybe they want your position. So they work to get you fired, and you've given them so much personal information about your life that they find a way to use that against you. So this is where ethics come in. You're judged by how you act in the places that you go. And that goes into kind of the ethics and the etiquette in there, and how to properly act when you are somewhere. If you go to someone's circle, there is proper etiquette and ethics that go into visiting someone's house, someone's circle, a festival. We get judged by what people see. So if you're out here going in and out of people's tents, they're going to think that you're after everyone's man, woman, whichever. And so it's not good. Okay, so you're judged by that. It may be innocent. Maybe you're delivering something to everybody. You're giving everybody a present. It's just the way it looks. Okay, so think about what you're doing when you're places. Figure out what your ethics are, and then try your best to live by those. Now, etiquette has to do more with what you do, okay? Not necessarily what you're living by, but your actions. So I did a video about touching people's jewelry, people's things. That has to do with your etiquette. By the same token, on the touching, I was asked to include this. Yes, as pagans, we tend to hug a lot. But some people, number one, don't like to be touched at all. Some people have medical reasons that they don't like to be touched. They could even have an injury that you don't know about. So before you go up and hug somebody, even pat them on the back or on the shoulder or whatever, ask them, ask permission to be touched, or wait for them to make that first move to hug. All right. Because if they don't, there may be a reason, so just because we're huggers, I'm a hugger, I'm a toucher. Okay. I always ask somebody, if somebody comes in and I can tell that they're upset, and I had the feeling that they may need a mama hug, but I asked them, would you like a mama hug? Or would you like a hug? Because sometimes people don't. There's been times, even though I love to hug, if I'm upset, I don't really like a hug sometimes because I'm trying to not cry. And and I've just gotten myself back together and somebody comes up and they hug me and here it goes again. Okay. So, it's always best to ask, because there's been times I went, not right now. I've got it together. So right now is not a time. Or at one time I had hurt my shoulder and had surgery, and not everybody knew about it. Somebody come up and give me a big bear hug, and it caused excruciating pain while I was healing. So I had to have bodyguards just about to keep people away from me so they didn't come up and hug, because not everybody asked. So think about that. Watch someone's body language. Are they trying to kind of maybe back up a little bit? They don't really want to be rude, and they don't want you to think that they just don't want a hug from you, but there's reasons. So show some etiquette and ask people, can I hug you? There's nothing wrong with it, because once again, not everybody likes to be hugged, or there may be a reason that they don't want to hug right then, or maybe they need a hug in a certain way so you don't hurt that shoulder or something. So there's all types of etiquette. Etiquette deals with your actions. Okay. Ethics is the principles and codes that you live by. Okay. And it harm none. Etiquette is what you do, and goes back to how you're seen based on what you do. If you're seen hanging all over somebody's husband or wife, you're going to be seen as somebody who's trying to possibly come in between a marriage. Just because you like to do multiples doesn't mean that everybody does. So think about that. Don't assume that just because someone is pagan, that they're into everything that you are into. Assuming is always a bad thing. Okay? That is not good ethics, and it's not good etiquette. So, really think about what you do, and, write it down. Figure out, what is your code of ethics. It might be a sentence. It might be a paragraph. It might be a whole page full. And that's fine, as long as you're living by those ethics. Now, remember, etiquette is what you do. So show good etiquette everywhere you go. It basically means show respect for other people and other people's things. So, whether those things are people or items, show that you are a responsible and good person, and that you have respect for them. Don't reach up and grab this jewelry. Don't reach out and grab them. Men, keep your hands off women's bottoms if they're a waitress, in a nightclub. Just because they're in a nightclub doesn't mean that, they're fair game to you. I've decked a bunch in my time. So, these are all etiquette. And, just because they say men are dogs, all of them aren't, and you don't have to be. Show the good side of you. Show respect, and you will get respect in return. All right, so I hope this helps you understand a little bit, and especially learn the difference between ethics and etiquette, because not everybody does know those differences. And also exactly what they mean. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you learned something today. Leave me a comment. Let me know what other things that you would like me to make videos on. I am trying my best to get a live video done so that you can ask questions right then every time I try to do it. store fills up with people, so I guess it's not the right time yet. Or I'm just going to have to try to do it on a Sunday when I'm not here. But in the meantime, leave me comments, click the like button if you enjoy my content, share this with somebody that may need the information. And if you haven't subscribed, click that button down there too, and the bell if you want to be notified when I do more videos. So until then, everybody have a wonderful and blessed day, and blessed be.